Today we have one goal, and that is to take care of these frame studs because they look like crap. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. We're gonna be doing some restoring on these frame studs here because they look like poop, and yeah, gotta make that not the case. So we're gonna try to Cerakote these things today. Well, we are going to Cerakote these things today, and that way they can begin curing, because we're going to be using an air cure Cerakote, and that takes 5 days to cure all the way. So it's warm right now. It's a good time to spray and let this stuff start doing its thing. So just going to put this plastic on here, get everything kind of blocked off, and then we can go from there. Bum, bum, bum. Oof. That was close to the door. Must block all possible entryways. Oopsies. I'll just edit to this side. I hate that I have to use so much of this stuff. It's only about $9 a roll, which is absurd. But what are you gonna do, you know? This corner is complete. Now to the other side. Went ahead and added a second layer of coverage up top there because I just don't want to get any overspray on anything. And so yeah, this side is all ready to go, and this little stud is gonna look good as new in a little bit. All right, this side is complete, ready to go. Now, I need to continue, get that out of the way. I need to continue with cleaning up these studs a little bit. I need to get some red Scotch-Brite, possibly my little Dremel, and we'll grind off the rest of this rust. Then we should be able to scuff it up a little bit more. Cerakote, I mean, they do recommend to like have a sandblasted surface, but I can't really do that on these studs. I didn't do it in the rear. I just scuffed it up best I could. Used some kind of rough sandpaper, red Scotch-Brite, whatever I had at the time. You know, it's not gonna be getting handled and touched and all that stuff. So as far as the coating and whatnot, I feel like it would be fine doing that. So yeah, let's clean up these studs. Ugh. It makes me a wee bit nervous using power tools here around all this because this is all, you know, fresh. I don't want something to like kick and hit something or whatever, but gotta do what we gotta do. It's working out pretty good. Now I am using a very soft bristled wire wheel on this thing. It's not very like stiff at all. It's just enough to knock it off of there because I don't want to mess up the threads and all that stuff, but I want to knock off the rust and all that crap. So this little wire wheel attachment is super handy. I'll link those down below if you guys want to check those out. But yeah, they're pretty cool. They don't last too long, I guess, but you know, they get the job done. It's been a little while since I had on one of these. All right, so Dremel work is complete. I'm gonna go through now with some red Scotch-Brite, and we'll scuff up the studs a little bit more, keeping in mind those threads, don't want to mess those up, but we'll scuff it up best we can, and then we should be almost ready to spray. But before I get to scuffing and all that stuff, the color we're going to be using is, give me a sec, titanium. C-105 is the color code. We use this stuff on the rear studs, some of the hardware back there and all that. The stuff I had kind of expired. We had it for too long. It was over a year. Got kind of thick, but we ordered these little tester bottles, and one of these should be plenty enough to do this with. It's not going to take that much at all, I don't think. So yeah, that's the color. All right. I know this is not the recommended thing to use, but we have a little airbrush kit here that I used on the hardware and the last studs. I do have an air gun, but I used this before, so I'm going to use it again. And then, let's see, I know you have to shake this stuff for quite a while. Got all my paint primer and Cerakote paperwork in here. Mesh strainer, got one of those. 30 PSI, this thing operates at a 58 max working PSI. Where are we shaking it up at? I know it's in here, there we go. shape product for 5 to 15 minutes. Whew. All right, well, I guess here we go. Okay, so about 8 minutes of mixing there, and I'm gonna pour it through this strainer and into the little, I'm gonna call it a hopper, and we'll pour it into the hopper, attach it to the gun, and we can begin spraying these studs. Super exciting. I always get a little bit nervous before I spray stuff. I'm not sure why, but I just do. Whew. As soon as you take off that tape, you can smell this stuff, man. I'm gonna grab my respirator as well. Almost forgot. Went through and sprayed all the stuff down with some Prep-All, so we'll let that dry for a minute and then we're ready to go. All right, I'm gonna turn on the little compressor and we'll get it up to operating PSI and we should be good to go. I'm gonna keep you guys back here. There's a fan right over here. It's gonna blow all the fumes out of the garage here, so I'm gonna keep the camera out of the way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? First coats are done. I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit and then we'll put on a second coat. I'm trying to hunt for my daggone safety glasses somewhere. I had a good pair of those somewhere in here. I remember seeing them recently and I'm like, oh, I need those. And I mean, your guess is as good as mine as to where they are right now. And I would like to protect my glasses because I ultimately ruined a pair last time we did all this stuff. But I can't find them anywhere. I'm gonna run with these. I can't find my glasses anywhere, the safety glasses, so I just wanna protect my actual glasses from the overspray, so we're gonna use these. It makes it a different color, but it really kind of brightens it up, so we'll give it a shot. We got coat 2 down, and we're looking pretty good, honestly. I was actually taking a look at them, and I think I'm gonna leave it at 2 coats. We got some really good coverage on there, so I'm going to clean my gun here. I can't really suggest to do it this way because it goes against basically every direction that Cerakote gives you. But I did it on the hardware before, and the hardware, through the installing process and all that stuff, the Cerakote stayed on there pretty well. And so, like I said, I don't think this, the studs not being a high traffic area, you're not handling it a bunch, you're not bumping it against a bunch of things. I just wanted some corrosion and rust protection on those studs. And so I think using this gun, it has the proper PSI, in my opinion. I'm an amateur, so don't take my word for it, but based off of what my mind thinks and how it works, should be fine as far as PSI, and it lays on there super nice, and yeah, I think it'll be fine, you know? I am rather excited to have this project done because I've been thinking about this for a while. It was a little bit, not really tedious, but I should have done this while the engine was out of the car, but just didn't get warm enough. So I've been waiting on this project for a while. I was trying to catch me some warm days, and luckily North Carolina has some pretty cool weather, so. Okay, so now we just wait for 45 to 60 minutes and the stuff should be dry to a tacky kind of finish, and we can remove all this plastic. All right, it has been about an hour, so let's go ahead and get this stuff off of here and see what we're looking at. This was an awful lot for just a couple frame studs, but I'd rather have some just protection in general on those things because they did look pretty bad to start with, and so I figured it can't hurt to give them a little bit of help, you know? Beautiful! in my opinion, these things turned out super good. They're 1,000 times better than they were. Should be protected now, and now we can begin that 5-day curing process. And in that time frame, we should be able to get the transfer case on, and then at the end of that, the subframe should be good to go right up onto there, and we'll have all this complete under here, which is kind of wild to think about. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. Like I said, we had one task today, and that was taking care of those frame studs, and we did that. And so, like I said earlier, I can't really like recommend you guys do this. I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing to it, because we did go against like almost all the Cerakote instructions as far as like prepping, what kind of gun to use and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully it does what it's supposed to do, and hopefully we did what we set out to do in protecting those frame studs against rust and all that kind of stuff. And so we got lots of cool stuff coming up while that's curing, and we'll just keep checking off boxes. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much as always. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you next time. Bye.